For our last story tonight, let's talk about fundamental rights. These are basic human freedoms and rights which are guaranteed to every citizen. In India, every citizen has the right to life and liberty. It is enshrined in Article 21 of the Constitution of India. And now, the country's apex court has passed a landmark ruling. That's the Supreme Court of India. It says that the right to life also includes the right to digital access. Meaning, digital access is now a fundamental right in India. It is guaranteed to every Indian citizen. And the state has an obligation to bridge the digital divide. So what is behind this ruling? And will it work on the ground? Here's a report.
Pragya Prasun was 22 when a man threw acid at her. She had 47% burns. She went through 9 surgeries. After surviving the brutal attack, she set up a home, had 2 daughters, and started rebuilding her life. But the problems were far from over. In 2023, she tried opening a bank account. As per the mandatory digital verification, KYC or Know Your Customer, Prasun had to undergo several tasks, including visual verification checks, such as capturing a live photograph by blinking her eyes. But Prasun couldn't do it. The acid attack had left her eyes disfigured. So she couldn't open her bank account. Soon, outrage on social media followed. The bank made an exception. Prasun got her account, and that is when she vowed to bring about change. She filed petitions in court, raising concerns about how disabled persons, including acid attack survivors, find it nearly impossible to complete the KYC process successfully. And now, in response to the public interest litigations, India's apex court has passed a landmark judgment. The Supreme Court has ruled that digital access is a fundamental right, meaning it is a basic and inherent liberty guaranteed to every Indian citizen. The order says inclusive and meaningful digital access to governance and welfare part of the fundamental right to life and liberty. It says that the state has an obligation to create an inclusive digital ecosystem for the marginalized, underprivileged, vulnerable, disabled, and historically excluded sections. Now, this may be surprising. After all, digital penetration is quite high in India. The world's populous nation is home to about 806 million internet users. But this doesn't mean that they all have equal access to digital welfare instruments. For instance, as per government data, only 24% of rural households have internet access, compared to 66% in cities. According to the apex court, there is an unfriendly digital atmosphere in the country. At a time when access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities is increasingly allowed via digital means, the digital divide has crippled the disadvantaged sections of the country. So, the court has issued 20 directions to the government to improve the digital KYC process. This includes making sure that citizens with disfigurement or impairments can establish their identity digitally to access essential services. It also mandates greater digital inclusion of India's rural populations, senior citizens, economically weaker communities, and linguistic minorities. After all, bridging the digital divide is not just a policy issue. In today's world, it is imperative to life itself, to a life of dignity, access, and equal participation. The Supreme Court has taken a step in the right direction. Now, real change on the ground must follow.